Hi everyone, my name's Donkey and today we're back on the RTS project. In the last video we were having a little bit of issues with the DS list that we introduced to do with the units. So instead of having an array, last episode we tried to switch it over and it didn't really work at the time. The only reason it didn't work was because there was a few things that I missed, pretty simple fixes. I'll just go through them now. So instead of doing what we did in the array, you just needed to do the equivalent in a DS list. There wasn't masses to do there. I'll show you guys what I've done though quickly. So under the mouse check button left, I just deleted the units. So that's the code that we wanted to do all along. We never did it before because you couldn't do it in an array. But basically what it's doing is it's dropping it from the unit selection. So if we scroll down a little bit, here, I think this used to just add it to the list, or to the array even, but now it adds it to the list. Again, pretty simple. The IDD is just the ID, that's what we're adding to our list, that's it. There's nothing complicated there. Again, it was just checking it and making sure it was list and not an array. If we scroll down, nothing else in there. So the next thing is object controller, global right pressed even, and there's a few things that we changed here. This was the main bit that I'd missed, and this is why it wasn't working in the last video, so make sure you do this. So yeah, what I've changed here, this used to be here, instead of being the size of the list, it used to be the size of the array. So here, just swap that out, it's pretty simple. And then here, this again used to be the unit movement stuff. It used to be with the array, so all you need to do is swap this array thing for this, which does exactly the same as the array, but just with a nice little function instead. And now if we run this, we should see that it is working a lot better. By the way, do comment if there's something missing off that. I might have missed some changes that I made. But yeah, you can see there, if we just do it quickly, we only get one, and then if we deselect it, we don't get one. Do two. We can deselect this one, can't move it. If we move this one, brilliant. Do this one. At some point we should be able to move one of them independently. There we go. So we separated them. The only problem is, as you can see, is that if you hover over them, loads of them get added, and we don't need loads of buttons, that's stupid. So we actually need to go back into the tile selection bit, which is down here, or where we add them, which is just here in the overlay step. So we add them here. What we first want to do is just check that it's not already there, basically. So the way we can do this is set a temporary variable equal to true to start with, and then we do a for loop that goes through, and we do it for the DS list. Length, is it size? Units. So it's going to loop through all of our units, or all of our slots even, in the units list. And then what we're going to say is if IDD equals DS list find value, the thing is going to be units. Oops. Position is going to be I. I've also just noticed as well, real quick, I'm just going to test this, because there was another option there. There was DS list find index. So let's see what that returns, because if it returns like -1 if it's not found, then yeah, so the -1 will be found. Okay, let's try that. We'll give it a go. If it doesn't work, no worries. For the moment, we'll just comment this code out. So here, we'll take that and put it here. So let's say if DS list find index, and the ID is going to be units, the value we're looking for is IDD, equals -1. Yeah, okay, that's kind of annoying. Then we add it. So what's that should do? I'm not sure, I've never used that before, but if it can't find the index position of IDD, which is our instance ID of the unit, in the units list, then it will return -1. Basically, if it can't find it, we want to add it. If it can find it, we don't want to add it. Maybe that'll work. It's a nicer way of writing all that code out. We don't need this either. Let's give it a go and see. If it does, that'd be pretty useful. Yeah, I think it does. So if we do 2 units, yeah, it selects both. So just to demonstrate that this is working now, we have 3 units at the moment. You can see them all there. If we want 2 units, we just drop 1 like that. Now we're using 2 units. Yeah. You can see it's slightly faster than this, yeah. If we want, so you can see there, at the bottom, 2 units, 1 unit. The only thing we do want to do is if they're not in the selection, we kind of want to deselect them. So here, if we take this, which is it destroys it and it recreates it. This will be horrible code, by the way. We can delete this as well. It won't be very well optimized, but it will kind of do the job, which is what we want. So here, no, not here, right at the start. Let's try that instead. Oh, we need to indent that as well. Let's indent that now, in case it causes any problems. So what this should do is every time we kind of move the box, yeah, okay, it's working with 1 unit. Oh, the only problem is it gets rid of them when we drop them, which is a slight problem. Yeah. That is kind of a problem, because we can only do it if we hold it down at the same time. Yeah, maybe we get rid of that. That's probably not the greatest idea. But you can see at the moment it does actually work with this. So if we have several units, so you see we have 5 units, there's 5 buttons on the bottom. We deselect them, we've now got 4 units. We've got 1 unit here, we can check that there at the bottom. Yep, 5 units here. We can split them again into 3s like that. So you can really and this is where you can really see the RTS aspect start to shine through, because you can have all these units off doing various different things, and yeah, they're all independent of each other. So you can control each one and it's absolutely fine. The only thing I'd maybe want to do, and this will probably be the last thing I do on this series, I think we're kind of reaching a point where we're pretty much done. I've reached a foundation point. The only thing I do want to do though, and it's something that I've noticed quite a lot recently, is I want to make it so instead of following the player, because it really doesn't work, it only works for one of these units. What I want to do is most RTSs have sort of mouse movement, so when you move it to the side, it kind of goes off in that direction, it pans off in that direction. So I'm going to try and do that, I think, for the next few episodes, and then I'll probably clear this one up and finish. So yeah, that's probably going to be it for this video. If you like this video, remember to like, subscribe, or do as want to do, and I'll talk to you in the next one.